If you are a hooper in today's day and age, you are one of the luckiest hoopers to ever exist because the amount of resources that are available to you are unlike any others. You get an inside look today at Mikey Williams, Trey White, and Amari Bailey's workout that we hosted here in LA. It was really fun for me to drive up there and work with these guys. You could see how dedicated they are to their craft. And so let's get into the workout. First things first, we always work on drawing contact and attacking the basket. Every player must get comfortable drawing contact, and we also must get comfortable using both hands around the rim. So you can see here, these guys are going to be using the right hand, using their left hand, mixing it up. Some right hand on the left side, some left hand on the right side. Just a good mix of that. You draw contact, you use both hands, you're crafty at the rim. Then you see that we don't just start at the top of the key with a couple dribble combos. We pass it, we chase after it, we go get it. Why? Because that's a very game-like action. That's something that you're going to do in a game. So when you're working out solo or with your trainer or your teammates, make sure that you're getting some passing and some moving involved, just like you would in a real game scenario where you flash to the middle, you fill the top, you slide down to the corner, you come off a pick and roll. Different movements and actions that are exactly like you would in a game because you want your body to get comfortable attacking off of those movements as you would. So that's what we're doing first. We want to attack. Once we get to the basket, we draw contact. Then we'll create contact and separate into some mid-range options as well. So we want to really stay close with everything we do, and then we'll get to back up and get into those three balls. We get into some live one-on-one action, and then we move on to some pick and roll work because we want players to understand the different reads that they're going to see. Utilizing the screen, attacking the drop coverage, or attacking the hedge coverage. You want to be able to get into some different options there to see the defense, to work on your game, and be able to score out of it. And then eventually we're going to work on some passing here, which you're going to see as well. So we'll come off that screen, we'll get into some passing options, and then we'll move off of that pass into different finishes and different shot options. One of the best things of our workouts is that we attack from the corners, the wings, the top, the post. We're moving out of so many different spaces on the floor that is getting you comfortable no matter what role that you play in your team. Whether you primarily catch the ball at the top, the wings, the corners, and then maybe the post. I love to throw in a lot of live ones in our workouts because it forces players to attack full speed and make reads on the fly. But what we always tell them, of course, is that when they do this, try to score differently than you normally would, or mix it up. Do some normal buckets and some different buckets, or steal some moves from your teammates that are working out, because that's going to help you to add new things to your bag. So make sure that you're always trying to add new things to the bag, and eventually you'll find things that work really well for you in your game. After about an hour, hour and a half of a workout, we'll get into a lot of shooting to finish the workout, and then after that, players will even stick around for some more solo shooting. But here in this one is primarily focused on moving off the catch into your shot. So we want to drift, we want to shake up, we want to pop out, we want to flare, we want to fill, we want to trail. If you don't know what those terms mean, ask in the comments and somebody or myself will respond and let you know what that action is. But essentially you're trying to move north, west, east, and south, to the corners, to the wings, to the slots, to the top. Moving forward, backwards, right, and left is pretty much what I'm saying, into all those spots, so that way you can get comfortable catching and shooting it no matter how you move into that shot. As a young player, you want to do all the things that we did in this workout. Attack hard, draw contact, get to the basket, get to your mid-range, score from many different positions, catch it and shoot it. All of these things are great game skills, and you can notice that none of the drills that we did really involved more than 4 dribbles or so. Maybe a couple of them, yeah, they added some more flavor to it, but essentially we're trying to be really efficient catching the ball and shooting it, or getting straight to our spot, drawing some contact or making a counter to then get our shot off. There was some scenarios where we tried to score late game at the end of the shot clock, and so in those instances, yes, we did have some isolations, but it's good to work on all those scenarios. Then for yourself, maybe you need to specialize more in certain areas because you catch the ball more in the corner or the wings, or you bring it up from the top, or you use more pick and rolls. So it's a good idea to master those things, but always continue to advance your role, so that way in case you play with another team that needs you to do some other things, you have those skills as well. Now before we get into solo shooting, which you are going to want to see because you want to see how well these guys shoot the ball and where you need to be, let me introduce you to the sponsor of today's video. Welcome to the Halftime Show, brought to you by ExpressVPN. The beauty of ExpressVPN is that it prevents the ISP from tracking your online activity, and it masks your unique IP address, so nobody can collect your data. Right now we're in San Diego, but nobody needs to know that. We can actually change our online location. So if I want to view content from 94 different countries, I can change my location to any of those countries to have access to all the content and media that I would like, no matter where I am. ExpressVPN has government-grade encryption. You can use up to 3 devices. Torrenting is allowed, and your privacy is secured. There's nothing like it. Download ExpressVPN, link in the description. Now, let me give you a huge life hack on shooting the basketball with amazing range. All right, a couple things here. One, you obviously want to have good rhythm. When the ball is low, the hips are low, you see the ball go up, the hips go up. You get a nice clean release on that basketball. Get it up with good arc. But once you have good form and you can shoot from 3 with perfect form, you have no issues with your shot. One of the best things that you can do is draw the lines further. Currently we're using an NBA line on this court. If you trained every single day on a court with an NBA line or collegiate line, if that is too far, you will get comfortable shooting from that deep and get used to it. So when you normally play on a high school line, that will feel like a mid-range jump shot. For an entire summer, I was shooting at 3-point lines when I was having workouts with my players. And when I came back to shooting the high school 3, it felt like a free throw. That's just a little tip that you can use to really improve your range and get comfortable from there, but do not do it until you have good form and good fluidity.
Yawin. Shine